All right, we saved the best for last. So this is a system that has three equations and three variables. So in Algebra 1, what you saw is problems like what we'd done up to this point, which were systems where you had just two equations, x and a y. So what we're looking at here is something that represents something in three dimensions, where you have x, y, and z. So the process, we're still looking for things to cancel. So what we're going to do is that we're going to combine these two equations together, and then we're going to combine these two equations together, and then the answer that we get for that, we're then going to combine those two, and I'll show you in a second what we mean by that. So let's take these two right here, the top and the middle. So I've got x plus 3y minus 3z equals negative 8. And there's a reason why there's only one problem on this entire page, is because this is going to take up a little bit of space. So organization, I think, is important here, so you don't lose track of where you are and what you got. So I look at see what eliminates. The z's eliminate, so that's kind of nice. I didn't have to do anything with that. And then let's add everything else up. So I get 2x plus 6y equals 2. So after I combined those two, that's the equation that I got. Now let me combine the middle and the bottom one together. So I've got x plus 3y plus 3z equals 10, and then 3x minus y plus z equals negative 4. So here's the deal, is that you notice that nothing cancels, and we have to stay consistent. So because we eliminated the z's from the first one, we have to eliminate the z's from the second one. So you have to stay with the same variable there. Now they don't eliminate. That's a plus 3. That would be a plus 1. So what I would need right there is I would need that to be a negative 3. So I'm going to have to multiply the bottom by negative 3. So I'm going to multiply this bottom one by negative 3. And what I'm going to do, so again, because this is going to take up a lot of space, is that I'm just going to erase this part of it, and then I'm just going to do the multiplication here mentally. So negative 3 times 3x would be a negative 9x. Negative 3 times negative y would be a positive 3y. And then negative 3 times z would be a negative 3z. Make sure you go all the way across. Negative 3 times negative 4, which would be a positive 12. So let's add those up. The z's cancel, and we've got negative 8x plus 6y equals 22. So that's what I'm going to put up here. Negative 8x plus 6y equals 22. And what we're doing is that we're now then going to combine those two equations. So the two equations that we just got, we're going to combine those two things together. I almost kind of think of it as like a playoff bracket, where you have teams, and then the winner plays that, and then here, and then the winner plays this winner, and then there's the championship, that kind of thing. So it's almost kind of that same idea, is that we're combining to get something new, and then the two new ones that we came up with, we're combining those two things. So let's get my little playoff bracket out of the way, but hopefully that makes sense, because that's kind of the visual that I get when I think of this. Alright, so let's combine those two. Now as it is, the x doesn't cancel, the y doesn't cancel, so we just need to get one of them to cancel. It doesn't matter which one, either the x or the y. The y's we already have the same number, we just need opposite signs. So what I could do is I could go in here and just multiply by a negative 1. I just need to, basically I'm just switching the signs here. So if I rewrote that, I've got negative 2x minus 6y equals negative 2, and negative 8x plus 6y equals 22. And again, you can see where kind of the organization's important, because it's really easy to lose track of where you are and what you're doing. Let's add up the x's. So that'd give you a negative 10x is equal to 20, and then divide both sides by negative 10, and you get x is equal to negative 2. Alright, so now that we know what x is, now we're going to begin the process of working backwards to figure out what y and what z is. So now that I know that x is negative 2, I'm going to plug it back into one of these equations. Doesn't matter which one. I think I'll take the top one, so I'll say 2x plus 6y equals 2. And then I'm going to substitute in that negative 2. So I'm going to plug it in right there because it's x, so plugging it in for x. And then I'm going to solve the rest of that equation. So I've got 2 times negative 2 plus 6y. We'll be solving for y here. And add 4 to both sides. So hopefully you see what I mean by saving the best for last. Don't lie, you know you're having fun. So y equals positive 1. Alright, so we know what x is, we know what y is. Now the only thing we need to do is go back to one of the original equations to figure out what the z is equal to. So let me scroll down here just a little bit. It doesn't really matter what we pick. I don't know. I'm going to pick the middle one. So let's say x. So I'm going to pick this one right here. So x plus, but again, it doesn't matter which one. X plus 3y plus 3z equals 10. So my x is equal to negative 2 plus 3 times y, which is 1. And the color choice here, by the way, was an accident. Hopefully the idea was that the colors help you kind of follow where we're going with what, and then what substitutions we're making there. Alright, so just need to solve that one for z, give ourselves a little more room here. So negative 2 plus 3, we can combine those like terms. So we get 1 plus 3z equals 10. Subtract 1. And we get 3z is equal to 9. So that means that z would be equal to 3. Oh, too far. Let's go back a little bit. Alright, hopefully, sorry, don't give you a headache. There we go, divide by 3, so we get z is equal to 3. So we put all of that together. Our x goes first, so that would be negative 2. Y goes second, which would be 1. And the z, which would be 3. So our final answer there would be negative 2, 1, and 3. Alright, so go ahead and pause now and try number 10 on the right side. Alright, so let's take a look at number 10. So number 10 on the right should have got 1, negative 1, and negative 3. I know that last one's pretty tough, but you should feel pretty proud of yourself after making it through that one. Alright, so that finishes it, and ready to redo the test.